What's going on, folks? My name is Josh and you are watching The Outdoor Dude. Thanks for coming back to the channel. In today's video, guys, we're going to be doing a $150 finesse rod and reel and bait fishing challenge. So let's go.
Look at that big mamma jamma, folks.
Alright guys, so due to the lockdown, there's been a ton of people at home and people are watching more YouTube videos, and because of this, I've made a little bit of extra ad revenue and I want to put it back into the channel. And at the same time, it was my birthday last week and I'm going to treat myself to a new finesse fishing rod. Alright, so those of you guys who watch the channel know that I tend to, when I finesse fish, I fish with a pretty cheap setup. The rod is only 15 bucks, the reel is like 30 bucks, it's a little small for the rod, and it's a two-piece rod. It's a terrible rod. So with that said, guys, I gotta upgrade my finesse fishing setup. Being my birthday last week, I am deciding to take some of the extra money that I've earned on the YouTube channel, put it back into my YouTube channel in the form of new fishing gear. I've got to get better at finesse fishing, so let's go get me a new finesse fishing setup and some baits to go out and catch some finesse fish. All right, guys, Alright guys, so we're here at Dick's. We're gonna head on in and try to get us a rod and reel combo and some baits for under $150, or that's at least the cap, and then we're gonna try to go fishing with this stuff, so let's go inside. Alright guys, so it kind of looks like they're not the biggest fans of filming inside Dick's right now. That is a interesting situation. There was a dude at the front door making sure people are wearing masks and everything else. He shut it down right away. It's unfortunate, but I was able to bring my phone in and get a couple shots. So while I was inside, guys, I noticed because of the whole lockdown, everybody's been at home and they're buying up all the fishing gear and everyone's going out fishing, which is great. It's one of the reasons why I do this channel, to kind of teach people to fish. Like, I didn't have somebody to teach me to fish. It's kind of a bummer, but they had a very minimal selection inside the store. So I'm gonna head over to Walmart and kind of see what they've got to offer, and we'll check right back.
1 hour later.
All right, guys, so I'm back at Dick's Sporting Goods. Turns out Walmart's rod and reel selection wasn't the best, kind of like Dick's, but their reel selection was just not great at all. So I've come back to Dick's. I got my rod at Walmart. I'm gonna get the reel here at Dick's, and then hopefully get a bunch of baits here as well. I saw they had some Guggen baits still on the end rack. We're gonna see what we can make happen. We're gonna head back inside Dick's. We're gonna pick out a reel and some baits and some hooks, and we'll be right back out. Bam.
Eventually.
All right, guys, we just got out of Dick's. I'm really hoping I was able to keep it under budget. I wasn't really doing the math too well in my head, I don't think. We'll find out. But I got a rod, I got a reel. I didn't get the loose reel I kind of wanted. I ended up with an Akuma. I got some hooks, I got some line, and I got some finesse baits, so we can get out there and actually catch some fish. We're gonna make it happen, guys. I'm super excited. This is probably the highest quality spinning combo that I've ever had. I haven't really invested too much money into those because I don't really fish that much with that stuff, but I'm really trying to learn and get better at finesse fishing, and that's kind of what this challenge is all about, getting me to get outside of my comfort zone. We've got our rod, we got our reel, we got our baits to fish with, and I'm pretty sure we made it in just around $150, maybe a little bit, just maybe a tad over. Let's get out to the pond and see what we can make happen. All right, guys, so the rod that I chose was the Abu Garcia Next Generation Vengeance. It's a $49 rod. I have two of these in my baitcaster lineup, and I really like them. As far as a budget rod, it's super light, it's really nice, it's fairly well balanced once you get the reel on there. I feel comfortable with this in my hand for long periods through the day, especially frogging and stuff like that, so I figured this in the spinning setup might be pretty good. They only had two of them left. One of them at Walmart had the tip, looked like it had been broken off and super glued back on. This is not the case with this one. It's a smooth seam right there. Looks like it's still factory epoxied. Yeah, that was it. They only had two of these left, so I decided to go with this. It's got a form-fit EVA kind of grip on there, and the nice butt end with the Abu Garcia logo at the end there. This rod comes in at a 6'6" medium, and you might ask, why did I go with such a short rod for my finesse fishing setup? And that's because I do a lot of bank fishing, and longer rod to get all tangled up in the branches and all sorts of stuff like that. And I'm also really looking to get into kayak fishing in the near future, so we're going to keep these rods short so we can get real nice casts in the tight quarters and all that skinny water. So as far as the reel is concerned, I was really hoping that I could get something loose. It's something I'm very familiar with, something I like using, but they didn't have what I wanted, so I spot this Akuma Stratus that's on sale, normally $59.99, and this was $39.99. This was the right size that I was looking for, and the display model felt really good in my hand. So I decided to pull the trigger on the Okuma Stratus. Scott Martin fishes this company, or at least Scott Martin used to fish this company. He fished them for a long time as far as I know. So why not? I'm not building a super expensive setup. This is still a fairly budget friendly setup. The rod and reel itself is under $100. I would call that a budget friendly setup. So let's get this bad boy out of the package and get it on the rod. Kind of prefer reels that come in a box and not this clamshell style stuff, but what can you do? Already noticing a few things. This is nice. It feels pretty heavy duty, a little bit better than the Mitchell that I own at home. I do have other spinning setups, guys. I do some catfish and stuff like that, so I like to have some cheap setups for those catfish to just burn the drag right out of them, and then I just replace them. This Okuma comes in with 6+1 ball bearings. It's got a 5-to-1 gear ratio. Weighs about 7.5 ounces, and it's got about 15.5 pounds of drag, which to me is pretty dang good for a spinning reel. We got to get this bad boy off of here and set it up for the way I like to fish. Let me know in the comments, guys, what side do you reel on? I could do it both ways, although doing it the other way kind of looks goofy, but I'd prefer my reel cranks to be on the right side. Tell me that this one can't be switched. Oh no, it can. So that was an absolute pain in the butt. Turns out it's got this little rubber grommet type thing that fills the void of those of the gear. I couldn't get to it. I don't have tiny pliers with me today, so I had to pull the pen apart and kind of stick it in there, push that thing out of there. Had to MacGyver this thing real quick just so I could set the reel up the way I like to fish. Make sure that's on there nice and tight. Yeah, that's a nice, pretty nice. Knife out, cut this thing off. I gotta say, guys, that feels pretty dang good. I think it's silver and black, looks good with the white and black. I think it looks good. Now, as far as the line is concerned in this challenge, I like 15-pound braid on my spinning setups. And I was able to actually find some 15-pound braid in the color that I like it. Happened to be Power Pro, happened to be pretty expensive, unfortunately. This came in right around, I think, $15. And then I needed a leader line. So I decided to pick the only clear 8-pound test fluoro or copolymer leader line that they had. I didn't really want to go with a monofilament. It doesn't sink, it floats, and it's not the greatest to be using as a leader line unless you're running top water, which I'm not going to be doing with this rod. So I was able to get P-line copolymer coated with the fluorocarbon in clear and in 8-pound test, which is a great leader line for upstate New York clear water fishing. This is gonna be choice. And this line came in right around $10 for a 300-yard spool. Using this only for leaders, I'm gonna have this thing for a long time. And now, guys, I stopped spooling my spinning rods with only monofilament or only fluorocarbon a long time ago. I made a how to spool spinning reel video, which I'll put in the info card right up here if you guys need to know how to do that sort of thing. So I also picked up some 1/4-ounce VMC Wacky Rig weedless jigs. Then I got some Wacky Rig weightless weedless setup. And then I got some basic 1-aught Finesse extra wide gap ganikatsus. And those are the hooks that I got. Now, as far as the soft plastics that I got and decided to go with, they were so limited with the colors and everything they had. I fish mostly clear water. I got to stick with the natural colors. So I've got green pumpkin pearl Guggen drag and drop. And then I got 2 of the Rattlin' Ned Rigs. I got one in the new money color. And then I got the other in the green pumpkin Goby. Now, I wanted to get some other Ned Rig heads, but that would have broke the budget. I'm probably gonna cheat today and throw some of these on some Ned Rig heads I already currently have, and we'll see what we can make happen. But I'm going to also cheat today and use some weights that I already currently have out of a mystery tackle box. We're ready to go. Let's get that GoPro on and let's go fish. We're finally rigged up. We've got a drop shot set up, tied up. One of those 1-aught extra wide gap ganikatsus. Got a 1/4-ounce lead drop shot ball weight from Carl's Bait and Tackle that I got in my mystery tackle box. And we're gonna rig up the drag and drop. If I'm not mistaken, drop shotting was what this thing was developed for the most part. And that's it, that little guy. Hopefully gonna catch me some mondos. Got some pretty big gills down there. And this right here is why you use like cylindrical drop shot weights. These ball shaped weights are great for open water. They're not great for heavy grass. But guys, I'm on a budget. I didn't want to go past the limit, so I didn't get any drop shot weights. Oh, it's grass. I just hung up. With this light line, guys, you probably aren't gonna see me go ham and set the hook like I usually do. It's one thing I know about light gear fishing. Gotta go with that real and sweet. Wow, this thing casts really, really nice. The good thing about fishing like this today, guys, is I can just walk around. I'm not carrying a bunch of rods with me. The only thing that could make this setup a little better, in my opinion, is obviously more expensive rod and reel, but for this particular setup, I think it would be ideal if I had some like bright yellow, bright green, some high vis line. High vis line would allow me to be able to see the bait or the line in case that just starts swimming off. Might be a little tougher than expected today, guys. I don't know why I had it in my head. Go out, toss out a finesse rig, and hammer a couple fish. Man, I wasn't even recording. Well, I got hooked up. I didn't get the hook hard enough. I didn't even feel him. He got the drag and drop. So we're gonna rebait up, get back out there. All right, see if we can get it back out in the right spot. Bluegill's out there staring at it. I want that bass that took my drag and drop. Did I just break off? Yeah, I think I just broke them off. Yep, sure did. Got one. Got one. Okay. Feather him in. Okay. Come on, buddy. Oh. Cool. Cool. All right. Come on out of the water, little fella. You were gracious enough to bite my drop shot. Cool. Just barely right there in the corner of the jaw. Come right out like that. That's got to feather them in there. Glad I was able to keep my drag the way it was supposed to be. We got us a finesse fish. Whew. Feels good. Also feels good to fight this little fish on that light gear. Here, let's let him go. Come on. All right, so we're back at it. Check that out, guys. Drop shot fish, Guggen Baits bait, and look at this. Crazy. This is just crazy. Look at this worm. It must be a special worm out of the pack. This one must be special compared to all the others because this one didn't fall apart, right? Everybody I always see complaining, you only catch one fish on those baits. Bull. It's a little bit ripped, but it's gonna work out just fine. Oh, this mower's coming right towards me. Awesome. I think I just had one that he got off. Felt like wood. Felt like my sinker was on some wood. I wasn't sure. So that bite came from close to the other bank. I just want one more drop shot fish. Just one more. Oh, shoot. Another one.
Hey, you're on Master Link?
Yeah, just learn. Oh yeah, country, Marty Borg, you killing me grilling, what's happening?
There we go.
Hello?
Number 2 on the drop shot. He knocked my worm off, but that's all right. There's a small school of largemouth swimming out in front of me. Holy crap. Oh boy. Move back, move back, move back. I just figured out how to fire them up. Okay. See if we can catch one of these largemouth by swimming this Ned rig. Got him. Oh.
Got him. Got him. No. You're not getting in the water. You're not getting in the water. You're a catch. I caught you. Yes. Little guy. Ripped him right out of the water with the Ned rig. All right. Holy crap. Today's been a tough day. Put him back. All right, buddy. All right. Tough day to come out finesse fishing. They seem to want this thing moving. So, bummer for me, but we're making it work. Got him. Got him. That little school, they compete for it. Oh! All right. There's that little school that's roaming around. Let me get to a better spot here. There's a little school that keeps roaming around in front of the bank, and I keep getting them fired up with this thing. All right, we're gonna let this guy go. Well, apparently that was broken off, and I just tossed it right into their tree. Come on. Nope, it just snapped off. I don't understand why. All right, we got Ned rig fish with the rattling Neds. We've got drop shot fish with the hooks that we got and the drop shot baits and with the drag and drops. And then the one thing we have yet to catch a fish on is this wacky rig ball jig with the weedless little setup there. So we're gonna tie on one of these and put on a drag and drop. So we're gonna cut this tag end off. Let's get a worm on here. There's a big old wasp out in front of me. Please don't get mad at me. All right, so the worst part about what I'm doing right now is that I don't have high visibility line. So I can't just let this thing, if I let this thing just sink dead stick, which is what the wacky rig does best in my opinion, but if I let it just do that, I'm gonna gut hook fish because I can't see my line. I can't see when they're gonna pick it up and swim off with it till it's most likely gonna be too late. What I'm doing is I'm fishing this bait just under the surface. Trying to keep it moving constantly. Keep an eye on it. Oh, I got a bluegill. Holy crap. Oh. Come on, buddy. It's not the size of the fish that I was looking to get, but this bluegill bit the wacky rig. Get it out in the sun. Little fella. Cool. Well, let's see if we can get an actual largemouth. This two largemouth don't want anything to do with it. Oh, that's sad for me. Got him! Just swam it. Oh, drag was too loose. I didn't get the hook in him. Oh no. Got him. You're gonna try to throw that hook, but it ain't happening, buddy. It ain't happening. All right. Oh. Simmer. Oh. You threw my bait. Got my drag and drop back. Just a little guy, but at least I got him on the wacky rig. Whew. I really didn't want to have to settle for that bluegill. Here we go. All
right, guys, where I'm gonna end the video. I had a really awesome day of fishing. So this idea came to me from a question I got from a subscriber by this something like 315 Bad Bass Angler or Bad Bass Angler 315. Forgive me, man, if I'm butchering your YouTuber tag. He's a local, but he asked me if I ever fish non-moving, non-power fishing baits, and that got me thinking, and I really don't. So I decided to make this challenge, do a $150 rod reel baits finesse fishing challenge for myself to see if I could actually get a good finesse fishing setup together, put line on it, get some baits, and actually go out and have fun catching some fish. And of course you can. It worked, and it was an awesome challenge. Guys, if you have any other ideas for challenges for me, if you have any ideas that you'd like to see in videos, hit me up in the comments, let me know. I'm open to suggestions. But all right, guys, this is where we're gonna end the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button right there. Click the notification bell so YouTube notifies you when I do a new video. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit the playlist videos I got set up for you guys right over here, or click one of these two videos and I'll see you guys over there. Bam.